And we here. What's up? So we're gonna start off straight up like this. We're gonna have the sun sign. We're gonna go to the moon sign. I'm gonna read each aspect. I'm gonna tell you what the sign is. I'm gonna tell you how each aspect affects you. I'm gonna describe what the aspects are and how, light reflects. What an aspect is how light reflects off of each planet. Light is information traveling from one planet to another. As we know, light carries information. So whether it's an opposition, a square, a trine, a conjunction, or a sextile, these are all the way lights reflect off of these planets. So I'm gonna go into a briefing and tell you about that right now. So for one, I'm gonna do these in little sections. Right now, I'm gonna start off with your sun sign. So your sun sign is in Scorpio, and it's in the eighth house, and it's cusping the ninth house. So what is your sun? Your sun, that's your ego. That's your sense of self. That's who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's people see you as. You express yourself, and that's your higher self in a way too. You know what I'm saying? Your sun is, it's your thoughts, you know what I'm saying? It's your first thought. Not not to say that it's your intuition, but it's your instinct, you know what I'm saying? Your survival instinct. It's your father. So your sun, when the sun comes into Scorpio, the Scorpio is a sign of passion, you know what I'm saying, desire, um, hidden information, you know what I'm saying, deep, you know what I'm saying, deep information, going into deep waters. So when you bring the sun into Scorpio, you're bringing the sun into that deep water, you know what I'm saying? You're bringing light into the deepness, you're going down into that darkness, right? And whenever you bring light into darkness, the light's not going to stop shining, you know what I'm saying? The light's going to continue to shine. It might be dimmed, you know what I'm saying? It might not be there, but the light's going to continue to shine, and everything around it is going to bright up. So in that way, the sun is passing out light through the darkness. You know what I'm saying? It's bringing the darkness in. It has polarity. It knows how to beat the dark times, but at the same time knows how to get to the bright times. So people that have a Scorpio sun have been through those times. And with the eighth house, it makes this a powerhouse. It makes this energy amplified. The eighth house is where Scorpio wants to be. So whenever you have Scorpio in the eighth house, you know what I'm saying? It just makes the energy it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So when you have the energy in the eighth house, um, you're amplified and finding occult and hidden information, you know what I'm saying? Finding things that isn't, you know what I'm saying, displayed to the public. You're very good at doing that, and that comes to you like it's secondhand nature. Boom, you can do that. Now, other thing about your sun is you don't have any other aspects about your sun. Nothing is reflecting. No other light is reflecting off of your sun, and that's not nothing to worry about. That's actually pretty good. That means that you're a focused individual. But with every sun sign, seven houses over in Western astrology is one house that aspects off of it. So seven houses from the eighth house would be the third house, and the ninth house would be the fourth house. So the third house and the fourth house is the energy that you're aspecting off. So that would be directing energy. You're directing energy towards that way. Kind of an opposition, but it's not an opposition because the energy is not reflecting back. So it's a direct energy. So that's where you direct. So maybe, you know what I'm saying, the father is what directs energy. You know what I'm saying? You might be directing that energy towards your children, as in, you know what I'm saying, you want them to express themselves and speak, because that's the third house. You want them to communicate their problems. And the fourth house is the home. You know what I'm saying? You do that in the home place. You're expressing yourself as you need to in the home place. Maybe not outside of the home, but in the home you're expressing yourself to the fullest. And that is that third house, fourth house mix, because you have the eighth and the ninth house cusping with the sun in Scorpio. So yeah, so that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? So the thing for this is for Scorpio suns, expressing themselves in a way to where they aren't giving too much, okay? And they're good at doing that. They know when um to give information as much as they need. Like, let's say they know when to tell someone that they're into spirituality, or they know when to tell someone that they're into crystals and meditation and stuff like that, and not when to tell somebody because of, you know what I'm saying, the way this person thinks. They understand how the mind works. So they're not going to say something to construe someone's mind, because they know how to manipulate a mind as well. Scorpio is very good at doing that. They know how the mind works, and they're very good, intuitively. They have this natural intuition, you know what I'm saying, to know what's going to happen, or to know what someone's thinking. And it's because they can connect to other minds. Scorpio is that deep water, it's that ice water. So Scorpio knows how to do it, and it's fixed energy. So they're very firm in the way they assert things, and firm in the way they establish things in life. So Scorpio is definitely one of the most powerful signs in the zodiac, and can definitely have that when it comes to the eighth house, it can have that energy of not it's not possessive as much as any other house would be. Like a fourth house Scorpio would be someone that's possessive to family, like, oh, like you can't talk to my man, you can't do this and that. Same thing with the second house, you know what I'm saying? Houses like that, like, but the eighth house is it's about spirituality, you know what I'm saying? And then coming into the ninth house, you're expressing that spirituality and expanding on it. So it's a way as they're taking in the information and not how do you say it? It's hard for them to express it outwardly. That's the way to say it. And there might be other aspects in the chart that have to do with this in a lot of Scorpio suns, but that is for us to get later in the chart. But this was a breakdown of your sun, Scorpio, onto the moon. Ooh.